Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. Today, the Wisconsin State Assembly was set to vote on ending the governor's indoor mask mandate. That was put on hold. The reason, repealing the mandate would put Wisconsin at risk of losing about $50 million in federal food assistance for low-income people. The state Senate had already voted to repeal the mandate, but today Assembly Leader Robin Vos officially announced the chamber would not vote on the repeal as planned. This afternoon, Democrats criticized Republicans for even considering the repeal to begin with.
It's over 70% approval, and every single health group and organization and person that treats, that has witnessed, that has had a firsthand look at people who are either sick or are dying in unimaginable, overload of people, is asking us not to do this.
Vos says he and Republicans will now explore ways to repeal the mandate that won't cost millions in aid. In the meantime, the Assembly did pass a bill that would require making everyone over age 60, not 65, eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine immediately and make the entire general public eligible no later than March 15th. Those measures now go to the state Senate. Well, after peaking in early to mid-January, the number of new COVID-19 cases across the country has dropped by about a third over the last 2 weeks, according to the latest numbers from Johns Hopkins University, though death numbers, which do tend to lag behind, are still near their peak. Here in Wisconsin, the 7-day rolling average for number of new cases has now dropped for 17 straight days. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports about 1,800 new cases, dropping the daily average for the week down to about 1,500. DHS also reports 24 new deaths statewide today, bringing our daily average for the week back down below 30. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, hospitalization numbers have actually risen again over the last week. Today, DHS reports 87 people in our region are in the hospital with COVID-19, and they say 22 of those are in the ICU. Yesterday, more COVID-19 vaccines were administered across Wisconsin than at any other day so far. DHS reports about 430,000 doses of the vaccines have now been administered across the state. They say about 83,000 people have now completed their 2-shot series of vaccines. Johns Hopkins University held a news briefing today to discuss how the country hopes to vaccinate so many people, over 300 million by the end of this summer, including plans for some coordination between drug manufacturers.
One of the major vaccine manufacturers, Sanofi, didn't go ahead with their own COVID vaccine, but they have just made an agreement with Moderna to use their manufacturing capacity to make more of the Moderna product.
Health officials say creating a vaccine was one thing, getting it distributed across the country is another.
We've had a 20-year disinvestment in the public health infrastructure, and so it's not surprising, but hugely challenging that our public health system and our implementation system to deliver vaccines is nowhere near the level of our biomedical infrastructure to develop these vaccines.
You can read more about Wisconsin's COVID-19 vaccine rollout plans on the CDC's website. Outside, Jeff, this morning it was very cold. How are things looking tonight?
Yeah, most of us topped out in the teens today. That's not where we started, though. We had lows this morning down near 19 below zero in Phillips, 18 below in Tomahawk, 17 below in Antigo. We will not do this again tonight. However, we're going to come close in a few spots. Out there now, it's 11 in Rhinelander. Already 6, though, in Eagle River, 3 below in Land O'Lakes. So the cold air is in place, but it's beginning to leave. We'll switch the wind out of the southeast this evening. They'll begin the process of warming us up just a bit. Out there now, some clouds and some clear skies as well. Where there are less clouds, you'll get colder temperatures tonight. And there's a lot going on across the country right now. There's several systems to the east and the Midwest and the west, but they're basically going to leave us alone until late Saturday and Sunday, or we could get a little bit of light snow back in the forecast on Sunday morning. Our forecast tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies and still cold, right? With low temperatures down near 2 below. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. 3 men in northern Michigan are lucky to be alive tonight after falling through the ice on a lake while ice fishing recently. As Natalie Spalla reports, they hope their experience reminds all of us about the importance of ice safety and preparing yourself for when things could go wrong.
Screaming, I'm sorry, crying, I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm sorry we did this to you guys. But I'm just glad we're all safe and we all made it. And just really glad to be alive today.
A few steps from their previous spot less than 48 hours prior. It was enough to send Quentin Traynor, brother Carter, and friend Trevor into freezing Lake Bronson water.
He went in, and then I just threw the Vexilar, and he threw the drill, and I tried to help him out, and I went in with him. I was just kicking my feet to where I could get flat with the ice and then army crawl onto it.
Trevor was able to get himself out and make his way back to shore to call for help. But with Quentin still in the water, Carter knew he needed to act.
I grab and I go in too. And then all of a sudden we have this 30-yard hole that it literally just went from a little hole to a radius hole out of nowhere.
That's when trying to stay calm became more of a challenge.
I could die right here. And then when I see my brother, I was like, no, I really can't lose him. I kicked my boots off, kicked everything off in the water, trying to release weight, pressure, everything.
After roughly 10 minutes, the brothers managed to get onto the ice.
When I finally got up and I knew I was good, I just tried to walk back slowly as I can, carefully as I can.
Several area agencies responded, including Elmira Township Fire and EMS, who says if you find yourself in a similar spot,
don't go in after your friends or your family members, because you could become a victim yourself. To support all the weight, especially with multiple people or equipment, the goal is 4 inches or more. But with the lakes changing all the time, you might have that at the shore, but when you get to the middle of the lake, it may be thinner.
Natalie Spalla reporting. Have you heard the following crazy GameStop situation this week? It'd be leading now to a congressional hearing on the whole status of Wall Street. Yeah, we'll fill you into the details in a few minutes. But first, Jeffson with your full forecast. You're watching News Watch 12, proud to serve Hazelhurst and folks all across the North Woods of Wisconsin.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Ripco Credit Union, since 1932. In the best of times and in times that require just a little more flexibility and kindness. We've been here, we'll be here. We are here for you. Federally insured by NCUA.
Keep your family healthy and your home comfortable with help from Menards. DuPont air filters help improve indoor air quality for up to 90 days, and they reduce household allergens. They're available in multiple sizes for only $3.99 each. Knauf Insulation is an affordable solution to help you save up to 15% on your heating costs. A 40-square-foot roll of Kraft paper-faced insulation is only $9.99. Now during Menards Home Improvement Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
Dear all-wheel drive, I'm your new co-pilot, Camry. Let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Steady, Camry all-wheel drive.
Right now, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Toyota Camry. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We are the entertainment you love and information that shapes your day. We are your lifeline. We are your companion. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Ripco Credit Union, since 1932. In the best of times and in times that require just a little more flexibility and kindness. We've been here, we'll be here. We are here for you. Federally insured by NCUA.
Well, we don't do this very often. A very cold start to our day today. 19 below in Phillips, 18 below in Tomahawk. We're not going to be that cold tonight, though. Looking outside now, it's already 11, and our mostly cloudy skies at the airport in Rhinelander with a calm wind and a pressure there is still very high at 30.42. Wausau, you're 11 as well. A south breeze at 3. Dew point there of 2 and pressure again, 30.44. That is very high. All right, so across the area, we're all hanging out in the single digits or low teens across the area now. We're going to keep going down from here, though, and where there is not a lot of cloud cover, we'll get some very low temperatures tonight. Not as cold as last night, but we're going to get close in a couple spots as the core of the coldest air is kind of pulling away from us right now. There's warmer temperatures, warmer for January standards to the west of us now, moving in our direction. So a southeast breeze will kick in tonight, and that should give us some warmer temperatures for tomorrow. In fact, highs back up in the 20s for tomorrow. The average high, though, is 22 this time of year. The average low is still 3. Look at that record low back in 1915 at 41 below, and the sunset there almost at 5 o'clock at 4:59 in the afternoon. Going forward, though, so tomorrow a cool day, right? 23, 26 for Saturday, and then we're kind of flirting with 30 on Sunday and Monday, and we'll likely be in the 30s Tuesday and Wednesday. And we have to watch, though, late Saturday, there'll be a little system across the Midwest that could bring us some light snow, and then late Wednesday and Thursday as well. That one looks more interesting. We could finally get some snow in early February around here. Okay, so here we go outside now. Lots of cloud cover across western Wisconsin, but central Wisconsin, eastern Wisconsin, lots of breaks of those clouds out there now. That will allow temperatures to drop rather quickly tonight. And there's several systems out here, one to the east, one across the Midwest, and the big doozy of a one coming into California right now. That's the one that could bring us a little bit of light snow or a piece of it later Saturday into Sunday. That will not be a big deal for us, so it looks like it's going to go south again and bring places like Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison a healthy snow for them. Here is latest drought monitor. So it measures kind of where it's been dry across the country. Of course, decades of drought across the West. But look what's happening here closer to home. You know it, the lack of snow and really lack of rain too is putting us into the lightest category now for some drought conditions. Not the growing season, we're just fine, but we'll have to keep watching this as it gets worse, or if it gets worse, into the growing season. So there are several systems out there, system 1, system 2, but for right now, this high pressure is firmly in charge, and it's a very strong area of high pressure. High pressure is sinking air, good weather for us. All of this will stay at bay for now until later Saturday and Sunday, where there is a bit of snow on the way. So again, it's going to take a southern track across parts of northern Illinois. That will put the heaviest snow across central Wisconsin and southern Wisconsin. For us, though, we could squeeze out an inch of snow late Saturday into Sunday, but again, that will not be a big deal for us at all. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies and cold. Low temperatures from, say, 5 above 0 to 10 below 0, with a northwest breeze around 4 miles per hour. For tomorrow, it's Friday, partly cloudy, slightly warmer. You're probably going to feel that with a high temperature near 23 and a northwest breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows that slight chance for snow late Saturday, a better chance for light snow early Sunday, maybe an inch early Sunday. We dry out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We got to watch Thursday for more snow back in the forecast then. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. New numbers show first-time unemployment claims nationwide were less than economists expected last week. First-time claims totaled 847,000, down from just over 900,000 the week before, while continuing claims were expected to hit about 5 million. President Joe Biden's administration has proposed a nearly $2 trillion stimulus package aimed at helping unemployed Americans, among other things. The plan includes direct checks of $1,400 per person to most households and a $400 a week unemployment insurance benefit boost through September. However, many Republicans have balked at the price tag and are concerned that's not specific enough. Have you heard about all the craziness involving the GameStop stock this week? It's a battle between Wall Street heavyweights, small investors, and popular stock trading apps. And now it has prompted a congressional hearing on the state of the stock market. Melissa Rainey explains.
Trading app Robinhood set to resume limited trades of volatile stocks on Friday that it restricted just Thursday morning. This after the app's decision to limit trades of GameStop, AMC, and others sparked intense backlash from retail investors.
So we're really in unprecedented times, and in order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks.
Shows you the power of the internet and forums like Reddit.
A group of small, quote, retail investors teamed up through an online forum on Reddit called Wall Street Bets. They started buying up shares of struggling stocks, all in an effort to check hedge funds betting against or shorting the flailing companies and to make money in the process.
they're placing bets on a market in a way that they're actually affecting the odds of the outcome.
The stocks soared, but because of the temporary restrictions on trading, the stocks then fell.
That's where the outrage comes from, because Wall Street rips off America all the time, and then now when the little guy finally had their own little chance to get in on the action, the big firms shut it down.
Senator Sherrod Brown announcing he plans to hold a hearing on the current state of the stock market.
To have a healthy stock market, you gotta have a cop on the beat. That should be the SEC. They need to step up and do their job.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
A Robinhood customer has now filed a class action lawsuit against the company, claiming it rigged the market against its own customers. Robinhood CEO says, as you saw, the decision to restrict buying was made in response to requirements the company must adhere to as a brokerage firm. Switching gears, the GNC played its boys hockey tournament semifinals tonight. We'll have highlights from a couple colossal clashes on the ice after the break.
The following was performed by everyday riders like you. Please try it home. Matt's a straight ripper.
I heard the turbo and I was just giggling under my helmet.
Look at that.
I look like a pro. Woohoo!
Dude, I love that thing.
See your local Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
Is your basement broken? Is your crawl space a disaster? Is the concrete around your house sinking or uneven? If the answer is yes, call SureDry. Serving all of northeast and central Wisconsin, we offer permanent professional solutions to these kinds of problems. More than 25,000 satisfied customers since 1994. We've probably fixed your neighbor's basement, crawl space, or concrete, and we'd love to fix yours too. Call SureDry today.
Here's your Newswatch 12 Snowmobile Trail Report, brought to you by your local Northern Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula Ski-Doo dealers. Considering an online pharmacy? Explore BeSafeRx to find useful information and resources to help you purchase medicines safely online. A safe online pharmacy requires a doctor's prescription, has an address in the United States, has a licensed pharmacist, and is licensed by a state pharmacy board. It's best to stay away from online pharmacies that don't meet these criteria. Discover more helpful tips and resources at BeSafeRx. Go to fda.gov/BeSafeRx.
Coming up on your Friday, we'll meet our furry friend of the week from the Langlade County Humane Society.
And our dry stretch of weather will continue, Peter, but the chance of snow as we head into the weekend. Make sure to tune in for your Friday to find out how much snow we could get.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
Earlier this season, the first game, in fact, the Rhinelander boys hockey team did the unthinkable. They defeated Northland Pines on the road, and trust me, that is far from an easy task. But now they're meeting again with just a little more on the line. It's the Great Northern Conference Tournament semifinals, and let's hop right to it. Eagles looking for revenge on their home ice. First period, Hodags trying to strike first. Joe Schneider up center ice. Great shot, but Mitch McCandless gobbles it up. We're still scoreless. Michael Mallett, though, is trying to light the lamp for the Eagles on the other end until Garrett Kulhanik getting his blocker on that shot, and we are still knotted up at 0 until Schneider is going to muscle past his defender, and then at the face-off dot, a beautiful snipe, and that puts the Hodags up 1-0, and once again, offense showing up big. Hodags punch their ticket to Saturday's championship game 6-2. So who will the Hodags play in the conference title game? Let's find out. Lakeland, Mosinee meeting up in Rhinelander. Go to the third period now. Game tied at 1, not for long though. Tyler Gillett snapping home the rebound, and he puts the T-Birds up 2-1. But Mosinee can score on a whim after killing off a penalty. Matej Krudenk up the sideboards, hesitates, and goes top shelf, and that is going to send us to overtime. And in the free period, Sometimes you just got to throw the puck on the net, and that's what Mosinee does. Russell Bittner is right there for the redirect. That's the game winner, and Mosinee will advance to play Rhinelander for a conference title on Saturday. They win 3-2. If we want to turn back the clock a few months, we met with Daniel Garrett as he was getting ready to take over as the head coach for the Wausau East boys basketball team. He told us it was going to be a great opportunity to begin rebuilding the Lumberjacks program, and they had a chance to pick up a big road win against Northland Pines. Close game in the first half. Here's a little driving kick out from Pines to a wide open Michael Clement, and number 3 is good for 3, putting the Eagles up by 1. Lumberjacks were keeping it tight, though. Isaac Rosewadowski, great backdoor cut. He is good off the front of the rim, and East has the lead, and they would begin to pull away. Gabe Natchezek, he's going to pull up, and his jumper is good, and East is going to get the win on the road, 62-54. Under the Matt LaFleur regime, Green Bay has seen back-to-back 13-win regular seasons and 2 appearances in conference title games, but one issue has lingered on. Special teams. Green Bay fired special team coordinator Sean Menenga yesterday, but they've quickly found their replacement. Maurice Drayton was named the organization's new coordinator, and he's had an interesting career up to this point. Drayton has been in Green Bay since 2018, and he spent 2 years before that with the Indianapolis Colts. Like most coaches, he paid his dues working as a college coordinator, but also spent time with the Arena 2 Football League and the Sinajoki Crocodiles in Europe. Yes, that is a real football team. Drayton will inherit a special teams unit that is ranked among the worst in the league and try to turn it around for next year. Speaking of coaching changes, the Milwaukee Brewers are making some noise as well. The team has named Sarah Goodrum their minor league hitting coordinator, a move that has historic implications. She is the first woman to ever hold that position in a major league organization, another step in the right direction for women in baseball and in sports. And speaking of sports, that's your look at them for tonight. Justin, let's throw it back to you.
Thanks, Nate. One Northwoods Casino is preparing to reopen its doors for the first time in almost a year. We'll show you what they'll be doing differently and what leaders say led to the decision after the break.
At Lenz Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean, certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Lenz truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenztruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck. Welcome to the show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. You will be my virtual audience.
Somebody cough. I heard a cough. Every day, Hollywood's biggest stars and your favorite games.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Ellen's season 18 is so big.
That's not as big as I thought that would be.
Ellen, weekdays at 3 p.m.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
The Secaucus Chippewa community closed its gaming facility, hotel, and other facilities months ago when COVID-19 reached the Northwoods. This Sunday, January 31st, the tribe is planning to reopen the Mole Lake Casino and Lodge. Public Information Officer Jake Gooden says the sacrifice made in closing the facility was immense, but worthwhile. With no COVID-19 cases on the reservation since shortly before Christmas and the continued vaccine rollout, he is cautiously optimistic.
We want to make sure, though, however, if we open, that we open safe. We don't want our customers to be uncomfortable. And then we also don't want to be a facilitator spreading coronavirus either.
The cafe will be open for takeout only 7 days a week for now. The gaming facility will be limited to slots only for now. Also, a capacity limit, visual temperature checks, and a hard and fast rule requiring face masks on the mouth and nose.
At first, we're going to be providing slots only with takeout food only. We're not going to open our lodge yet or any of the bingo or table games, just to err on the side of precaution.
The facility will be open 10 until 10 most days with extended hours on Friday and Saturday. He says if data shows they can't reopen safely, they are prepared to close back up. With so many public gathering places either closed or limited over the past year, teens have been pretty limited on how they can socialize safely. But one Wausau woman is hoping they find a home away from home at her coffee shop. News Watch 12's Georgina Fernandez explains.
Whether she's playing a game of cribbage or grinding some coffee beans, Sheila Stark is always ready to talk to any kid who walks into her coffee shop.
I always thought of a coffee shop personally because I love coffee, and who doesn't like to talk?
For 4 years, Stark worked at a youth detention center. Now, through her love of coffee and talking, she's giving youth in Wausau a place where everyone knows their name.
Everybody knows everybody usually, and even if you are new to here, you get to know people really quick.
Her coffee safe haven, Middle Grounds, giving people a safe place to talk, study, and enjoy free coffee and snacks.
It's a good place to study, good place to listen to some music, talk to people, and it's when you take a break from studying sometimes, and there's usually community to help you study too.
This year, the purpose of her shop having even more meaning as kids find themselves stuck more indoors.
Almost stuck or trapped in their home and alone, and they're kind of getting used to being alone, but then that causes them to kind of be down or depressed and lonely. And some of them have even said they're glad that they can come here because otherwise they tend to stay in their rooms all day.
Whether that be finding a new type of classroom.
A lot of them bring their earbuds, put it in and listen to their classes, and some just come in the afternoons just to study.
Or talking to a trusted adult.
The girls a lot of times will stay an hour after or more, and we just sit and talk about real life and what's going on in their life.
Stark's doors are always open for anyone who needs a place to call home. In Wausau, Georgina Fernandez, News Watch 12.
Your News Watch 12 Ski and Board Report starts now. Brought to you by Sure Dry Basement Systems.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more. Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
Hi, I'm Justin with Miracle-Ear of Wausau. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news or entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
The Great Lakes Aquarium in Duluth, Minnesota is opening a pandemic-friendly bar made of ice. They call it the Burr Garden. Play on the term beer garden. It's outside, even though it gets cold there, and features high-top tables, as you see, made entirely out of ice. They also plan 6 fire pits to keep folks fairly warm. The Burr Garden is open Fridays from 5 till 8 through the month of February in Duluth.
That's a pretty amazing place.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so out there today, kind of cold, right? Temperatures in the teens. Tomorrow, though, back in the 20s. After another cold night for us again tonight. So we're out there right now, lots of cloud cover. Actually, we'll call it a mixture of cloud cover and some stars. Where you have less clouds, you'll have colder temperatures tonight with low temperatures likely back below 0. Outside right now, it's 11 in Rhinelander, 7 though in Eagle River, 4 in Leona, 8 in Merrill. So these will keep dropping now, but it will not be as cold as last night. A few spots last night had 18 below. It won't do that. However, a couple of you will get down to probably 5 below tonight by tomorrow morning. And then looking ahead your 7-day, there's a slight chance for some snow showers back in the forecast late Saturday into Sunday afternoon.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a good night.